Oh, no.
This is a live Q&A where we live Q&A with each other.
I'm just glad that's all
Lovely.
it was.
Lovely.
First try.
You're welcome.
You did wonderful.
Very first try.
Can they see our faces?
Yes.
So, we just sent the link out on Patreon just now.
Oh.
So anyone that clicks that link will now have access to this very live
We're
chat.
still here all alone right now.
All alone. Hey, you're going to have to do the intro every time you see somebody add.
This is a live Q&A where we live Q&A with each other.
This is just getting
But
out of
every
hand
time
already.
that somebody enters.
We
Welcome.
answer your questions live.
So
Live.
will we know that
Ask
they've
us
entered?
anything
I'm looking at the Discord right now.
Ask
There
us-
it's on the Discord.
if we care. Hey, who's listening to us listening to each other?
Lively.
What is happening? Are y'all clicking the link?
Oh,
It's us.
Alan is.
Alan's doing it. Okay, Alan.
Alan.
Please.
Alan said it's us.
Wow.
You did it.
Please.
We're on
Please.
TV.
Welcome.
You can tell this is our first time.
First time ever. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
I need to roll a stealth check.
How'd it go?
It's not even a D20.
We have
Trackpad is here. Hey.
3 5s. Oh, this is a live Q&A where we live Q&A with each other.
This is the fourth time or
He
third.
just pointed
you can't.
at
3 4s, 2 3s, and a 1.
Wilshire has also added
How'd
in.
you see that?
Awesome. I have
This
no idea.
is a live Q&A where we
Yeah, here
live
we go.
Q&A with
Here we
each
go.
other.
Red line.
This cannot happen.
Sorry, guys.
This will be a
Welcome to the
400.
party.
Let me know
We
when
will.
someone else joins. I'll let them know too.
It takes us a long time to get a
Well,
recording.
Jeremy-
Alan joined. You didn't do it for
That's
Alan.
why.
Jeremy, don't tell him.
Alan, this is a live Q&A where we live Q&A with each other.
I had no idea.
He's the
Wait, we're
worst.
live?
We're live. I already told you that. We need to start with actual things, or everyone that has joined
He's going to
will
leave.
leave. I've no idea. It doesn't show me, or it's not showing me if people are viewing. Which I know we've
Welcome.
got a few people already. So welcome.
Since
if
Paul's
you're listening,
not welcoming you, welcome.
welcome.
Sorry, I took your job.
Let's begin. Can we do this for this is the most honest recording we've ever released to the public. It is me trying to talk and Jeffrey screaming into the microphone over anyone that speaks. This is the
You're
truest
welcome.
thing we've ever done. So hey, welcome if you're joining us now live to listen in. Thank you for taking the time out of your day this evening to watch us nerds and listen to us talk about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Paul, your dungeon master, and this is Make Believe Heroes, and I'm joined tonight by 4 people that I know.
Hey guys,
Wow.
it's Jeremy. I play Sutsaurus, Lorik, and it's nice to meet you.
I'm Jeffrey, and I play lots of people.
I'm
Jeremy and Jeffrey's
Like-
video feed, sorry, their video feed is so bad. It's so bad.
They're just fuzzy.
Kjorg this season.
As long as you can
Hold
hear
on.
us, we're good to go.
Maybe we'll turn off our Wi-Fi
We can hear
on my
you,
phone.
or I can
Maybe
hear
that'll
you.
help.
I started to say, don't
Yeah,
turn
we
off
can
your
hear you
Wi-Fi.
great.
That's a bad idea.
That's a
Just-
terrible idea.
They just leave.
On the computer too.
All right, go ahead, Alan.
I'm Alan, and I play Brackle. I also play in previous seasons Jim, and in the current season, well, you'll find
You
out.
just have to
But
sing.
tonight, I'm playing myself.
Ooh.
He's dead.
You can't know who he plays this season
It's a secret to
You
everyone.
can't know.
until sometime in the future from now.
Sometime in the future. So before we get started,
And
I'm
I'm
gonna.
Who's the
also
other person
Felicia.
here?
I was just gonna exclude you, Felicia.
I know it. I'm also Felicia, and I play Misk.
Misk.
And
So-
I
She's
am
also
playing
Felicia.
Who else are you besides
Also-
And
Felicia?
I'm also Felicia.
Flea.
Oh my god.
I also am Felicia.
We're all
We're all
Felicia.
Felicia.
I thought it was Spartacus.
Okay. This is a giant.
We're all Felicia.
20-sided
We're all
die.
a little Felicia, and that's okay.
This, oh Lord,
Bye, Felicia.
this is a giant 20-sided die. I'm going to roll it, even though I know that it's a natural 1. Oh, look, it's a natural 1. I don't even have to look.
No, what is it really?
16.
I was gonna say you're lying.
On the dice?
On the dice.
So this is our season 2
Does that
Q&A.
mean we're gonna poorly record this?
Yeah.
We already started doing that. Yeah, it's already happening. Yeah. So let's get into the business, shall we? A couple things we want to talk about up front to cover for everyone that's listening. If you're listening live, thank you for joining us. If you're listening later through the audio, thank you for downloading and listening. Thank you for supporting us. Let's just take a moment and let you guys know that we love you guys. Like, seriously. We
little
are
bit.
blown away.
I love you deeply.
We're blown away by the support. I got an email recently from a fan, and I've gotten lots of emails from fans, but from a mother and her son, and just talking about how much they love the show and listen to it, going back and forth to school and stuff, and things like that. It just really amazes me and blows me away that people connect with what we're doing on that level. And thanks guys so much for being as cool as you are, for supporting us, and especially those who have gone out of their way to even go onto Patreon and to support us with your hard-earned cash. I still can't really believe that, but you guys are opening some doors for us, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some things we've got in the works, what you can look forward to with Season 3 and all of that, and then we're going to get into your questions and just our general thoughts about Season 2. So real quickly, I want to give you some potentially disappointing news up front. Jeremy is
Wow,
darting
that's
his
disappointing.
eyes at me.
Don't do it.
Well, so we are entering into the summer, and if you listened last year, I'm pretty sure we talked about how that the summer is just a really crazy time for me. As a youth pastor at my church, we just have a ton going on, and I'm out of town sometimes more than 1 week in a row. And because of that, editing gets very difficult, and so it sort of has worked out good that Season 2 ended right as summer's coming in. So what that means for you guys is, for everyone in the feed, the MBH feed, there are going to be some weeks over the next month or two where there's not going to be a proper MBH episode coming out. That doesn't mean we're going to have doesn't mean that we're not going to have content for you. We're going to be putting out some cool bonus episodes. So if you're a Patreon supporter at the $10 and up level, then you get MBH Plays More Games. And I'll just go ahead and let you know right now, the first thing you're getting is not 1, but 2 episodes of Forrest, Tim, and Picnic. And May ends after tomorrow, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have the finished edit of that first episode done. So what I'm going to do is roll those episodes out to patrons. Sorry, as soon as they're done, you'll get them within a week or 2 of each other. To everyone else, you're going to get those a few weeks later. Now, all of the MBH Plays episodes we're going to do, those are not going to everyone else. This is an exception just because of the fact that we're on this hiatus. So for the Forced Tim and Picnic episodes for May and June, there are 2 episodes led by our very own Alan Boone over there. Say hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Also, Alan is wearing a Goose t-shirt and a Jake the Dog hat.
Oh, yeah.
And to clarify, that's not like a Canadian goose that chases me in the parking lot at work. It's Goose the cat from Captain Marvel, who looks very much like my
beautiful.
cat.
Yeah, he's wearing aviators.
That's literally your cat.
It's a special shirt.
I love it.
Anyhow, so patrons who are at the $10 level are going to get those Force and Picnic episodes real soon. And then everyone else will have a chance to listen to those probably about a month from now. We're going to have some other bonus material that's going to be coming out for everyone that isn't Patreon specific. Maybe some behind the players stuff, different things like that. But Season 3 proper won't launch in the month of June. It'll be in July. And I will keep everyone updated through social media, through our email subscription list, and through Patreon with updates on that. But basically, because of me being out of town and then work and all things like that, we need to get a healthy buffer of episodes before we start releasing them. Because I can tell you there are going to be stretches.
I'm still going to glare at you, Paul.
That's fine. There will be stretches of 2 or 3 weeks where I probably won't be able to edit.
This is what you call a healthy disappointment stare.
Felicia and I already have plans. Keep your eye on the feed. Felicia and I may or may not do something to fill the gap.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Just watch the feed. Just
Why are you
watch the
watching me?
feed.
Like I said,
concerned.
we
I don't
will
know.
try to put out. So we're going to put out some, like he said, I don't want to just say filler. We're going to put some things out,
This isn't Naruto.
and we don't want it to be Naruto.
What do you got against Naruto?
Yes. Nothing. I have
filler.
nothing against Naruto. Please let me get this out. This is the bad news. There will be some weeks without episodes. We need a break to be sane and to get things. We don't want to dip in quality because we're burning out. And we're still recording, but recording is fun.
Who's burned out?
Recording is very fun. Editing is sometimes work. Well, it's always work. Sometimes it's a challenge. So we are going to get a buffer, and then we're going to roll on with weekly episodes, and hopefully we'll keep you guys engaged. And if you're a Patreon supporter, you're going to be getting Monomi Unwrapped. You're going to be getting bonus episodes. We're going to do another Q&A in June like this where we chat. So there'll be more stuff coming for our Patreon supporters. For everyone else, just please watch that RSS feed, and hopefully we'll get some stuff out to you soon. Now on to some good news. So for our patrons, I mentioned you're going to get 2 4-7 Picnic episodes. We just put out the first edition of Monomi Unwrapped yesterday. That's on there if you haven't seen it. For $5 and up supporters, you can go check that out. We are going to be running our first one-shot for 2 Make Believe Champions supporters. That's an awesome story, by the way. Let me just mention. I'm going to tell that real quick.
Tell the story.
2 people.
It's good. It's good.
Support us at the $50 tier. The first one supported us. I reached out to him. I was like, "Hey man, it's awesome. I'll get in touch with you soon to talk about it." He gets back. He's like, "Hey, I'm a big fan, but actually, I did this for my wife. She is expecting our first child. It was a Mother's Day gift. And he wanted her to play with us as her gift for Mother's Day." I was like, "Wow, that's really awesome." Like 5 days later, someone else supports us at the $50 tier, and I noticed by the name that it's his wife. And so I responded, was like, "Hey, thanks for supporting us." I'm thinking, oh, well, he told her, and now they did this so they could both play. She responds, "Oh, that's really awesome. I'm a big fan, but actually, I was hoping my husband could play. We're expecting our first child, and this is going to be a surprise Father's Day gift for him."
What?
Like, boom.
You can't make this stuff up.
That's awesome.
And I'm sitting here awkwardly thinking,
Should I
what
tell her?
Yeah, what do I do? So I did nothing because I was like, Mother's Day's in a few weeks. I waited till like the day after Mother's Day, and I messaged the husband who had contacted me first. I was like, "So did you tell her about the gift for Mother's Day? How'd she react?" He's like, "Yeah, I told her, and she told me that she bought this for me." I'm like, "Oh, thank God, thank God!" I've been sweating
Paul
over
didn't
this
have
for
to keep a
weeks.
secret.
Yeah, so that was a really, really awesome story, and we're going to be recording that hopefully in the next few weeks, and then when we do, that'll get released too at some point. So look
That's
forward
awesome.
to that.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm hearing that story, and that just makes me happy.
I don't know, man. It gives me joy. I can't believe I hadn't already told you that.
Yeah, I can't believe you haven't
No,
either.
listen, I'm super
I'm sorry.
pumped.
Sorry, Alan.
It's okay.
Wow, Paul.
Paul hates me.
I thought he told you.
Can't believe you didn't tell Alan too.
I know, right?
He told all of us but Alan. I don't know why.
Yeah. Sorry, Alan. Wasn't trying
I
to
can't wait to
I
see
only
that
heard
game come
half of
together.
the story.
Yeah, when Paul told me that, I about flipped out. Like, that was so cool.
So, one more really cool announcement.
You want to dive into some Q and some A? Oh, announcement.
What?
We have one
No.
more announcement.
What are we announcing?
When we first, this is Patreon related too, but it is relevant to everyone who listens to the show because we're going to have a short break and all those things. I want you to know there's something else we're working on. Some people have requested this over the last year and a half. And when we were talking about putting up a Patreon, I was like, there's this thing where you can set tiers, but you can also set goals. Should we set a goal? And what should it be for?
A goal.
And we decided to set a goal for Make Believe Villains, which is a secondary podcast that we would launch, starting off probably just like monthly, and then hopefully going bi-weekly, called Make Believe Villains, that Jeremy would DM. Some of us would play in, and we'd talk about what that would be and how that would take shape. And we hit that goal like immediately. Our goal was $150 a month. Right now we're sitting over 200, which is amazing. By the way, like I'm blown away by that. Honestly, I honestly am.
Get it,
Like
guys.
I remember literally telling Paul, I'm like, "That's kind of a lofty goal. Why are you setting something we'll never hit?"
Yeah, and I
Like,
mean,
thanks,
I thought
Alan.
I was like, if after a month or two,
You really said that.
we're sitting at $30 a month, then maybe we'll drop it down to 50. That's what we talked about because we had no idea what to expect. long and short of it is that you guys are amazing and we love you.
We love
And
you
so-
so much.
Yep.
To reward you, we're working on Make Believe Villains. We're already working on it. Jeremy's been working. We've been talking a lot, working on some characters and different things.
And I've
So-
got the best character idea, just so
jeez.
everyone knows.
Yeah,
Let me grab the wheel real quick.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Everyone, shut up. Okay, I have the first couple sessions ready to go. I know exactly who's going to be playing. I know they'll derail it within the first 5 minutes of the campaign.
Yes.
I know exactly what's going to go down. I'm super pumped, and just let me put it this way. Be afraid. This is going to hurt.
If he DMs, it's always painful.
I mean, we're talking about villains, so we're talking about
If he DMs, it's always painful.
yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah.
It is.
One day we will
That's
do.
Paul.
We'll do it in one of our next Q
His
and
whole
A.
family got massacred once.
Yeah, in our next Q&A, we'll talk about old D&D
I've never
campaigns.
played a game where Jeremy DM'd.
Oh, well, you'll have your chance maybe.
You should be glad.
You will certainly have an opportunity soon.
I just want to point out that I can see you guys twice, and now I see me right now. I see me.
What?
Y'all's video feed is absolute garbage. I can't
Actually,
tell what
I
mine
see
is.
him.
Ours looks good, I think.
Yeah, but
Because
that's our
he's wearing
We're
the
camera.
just
same
gonna
shirt
hope
as
it's
you.
good.
I've got it on my
Yeah.
phone right now. I've been
In the
watching.
picture.
It's pretty good.
How's my video feed? Alan?
Anyway,
It's
Is
good.
it okay? Okay, it's acceptable.
you can tell this is our first time doing this, guys.
Oh, that's okay. This is you guys getting to hang out with us. No edits,
We're
nothing. Here we are.
We're here
and,
together. Fun.
But it is time. It is time to change gears a bit.
Let's cue the A.
We're going to talk about season 2. So-
Which one was that one?
That was the second season.
Okay.
The one after
Oh,
the first
so
one.
Is that the one with Jim's cousin Brackle?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brackle's cousin Jim also was in that one.
Was he?
Season 2 is over. We have finished it. The finale is out there. And we have thoughts. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to address our thoughts about the season, kind of like we did with our wrap up for season 1. And then we'll move into some of the questions that you all have sent us. So to start, I don't know.
Don't ask me.
Season 1 and season 2 were very different. I was talking to Mason, who played Miles there in the last 5 or 6 episodes of season 2, something like that, yesterday, about, just kind of the way that the seasons feel differently. Season 1 was very, very driven by one central goal, right? Hashtag save the tree.
Save the tree. Hashtag save the tree.
Someone recently told me we should. It was actually a review. Someone edited their review on iTunes, saying that we should start saying hashtag kill the mayor. That's just,
I like it.
I was like, yeah,
that's good.
Hashtag kill.
the
That
nose.
is for the win.
Hashtag
Yeah.
kill the mayor.
Hashtag kill the mayor.
Season 2, hashtag kill the mayor. There you go. We would branding. Who needs it, right?
I almost said a season 3 hashtag, but that would have been a spoiler.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
didn't
don't do
almost
that.
say
Wait,
it.
Yeah,
you're in
don't-
season 3?
I don't think I am.
Spoilers. There have
I don't
been
think you are.
10 episodes recorded of season 3. Number 1. Number 2. Believe nothing.
Make believe
hear?
everything, though.
Number 3.
Make believe
Oh,
everything. Okay.
Everything.
Maybe not everything.
So we were talking about the finale, and that's kind of where I want to focus is the finale. And when I say the finale, I don't mean episode 28. Because, see, with season 1, when they got to the Grove, everything kind of went crazy. But then episode 41 of season 1, the finale, it all happened there. All the reveals were there. The big battle was there. And it was in one hour and 40-minute episode. Just everything, just poof, explosion. Season 2 is different. It was kind of like a 3 or 4 part finale, honestly. Really, from the time that Saul
was
Kjorg, from the time that Saul Kjorg and Brackle encountered Braxton Tarek in his bedroom, and he levitated them over the pit or whatever, and they were taken captive. From that point is all in the span of one day, and so that is.
I just want to say that I pooped at that point.
It was actual poop.
When we were there was, it was a problem.
Poopy.
That was one of the, you talk about DM moments
Mhm.
that really stand out.
Yeah.
And one of them for me was floating over the cavern or whatever, and getting their big reveal of the Unchained, and then the waking up in the cell and trying to break out and being like just wrecked 1 HP. I was so tense.
We actually recorded, myself, Alan, Jeffrey, and Jeremy, we recorded in one sitting from the time they woke up in the jail cell all the way through to the end of the epilogue. Like, that was all one. No. We recorded the epilogue later. From that till the end of the fight with Braxton Tark, it was one like 3.5 hour recording. Not one recording, one
session.
file, but it was one big mega session. The first one was like an hour and 20 minutes. The second was like 2 hour recording, which got heavily edited down. You know, obviously, anytime you get into combat, edits really take out a lot of dead air and stuff like that. But talking about that, when we first started talking about the podcast, like season 1, in my mind, I was calling it the prologue, and season 2 was season 1. Like, when we first started talking about this, I was like, we're going to do a prologue season, and then we'll do chapter 1, which is this story with Branshire. And the reason I said it and that had it that way in my mind, which we eventually abandoned that, but the reason I had it that way in my mind is because the ending of season 2 sets up everything from this point forward, right?
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to listen to this without having listened to the end of season 2 and all that. But just in case, like, maybe you're a patron.
It's like, I don't want a spoiler.
No. Maybe you're a patron and you haven't listened to the epilogue yet. If you haven't listened to the epilogue yet, don't listen to what I'm about to say. Okay, and shut it off.
Like, leave
Just
right
leave.
now. Go.
Ears.
And listen to this. Go listen to the epilogue and then come back.
Give us.
Should
Give us
I
20
take
seconds.
my headset off?
No, you're good.
Okay.
But the reveal of the crooked god, that there is this timeless being
You shouldn't talk
that
about
created
him.
all things, and that he is inherently evil, and that he created the gods for the purpose of just making worlds that he could destroy, basically for his will, for his fun, you know, just on a whim. That was the big reveal, and that's, you know, there's all kinds of things, man. I'm gonna lose track of myself here. So,
Can we have a
Be
gender
careful.
reveal
Be
for
careful.
him?
what?
Or it?
What?
I don't know. You
Oh,
said
okay.
reveal.
I was like, what? I didn't know what you said. I was like, what?
This is what we edit out.
This is
This is
Jeffrey.
what's
Jeffrey's
gone.
track has just like little pieces here and there of things we can keep. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
you're not
sort of
joking.
joking. So
Sort of.
What kind of?
yeah. So let me ask you guys. So, what were some of your, just straight up, I'll call on you. What are your favorite moments from season 2? Jeremy, I know you already started to answer that, so why don't you just give me, call out some of your favorite moments from season 2?
I mean, the best moment, hands down, is Saul opening the window and be like, "Hey, Kjord, get rid of this." And Jeffrey,
I'll
without
throw him out the
a
window.
beat, misses nothing. He goes, just
throw him out the
deadpan. I threw him out the window. Best moment. I died. That was that's in my top 10
Hilarious.
D&D moments of all time.
Hilarious.
Died. I mean, I'm sure we cut some of it out of the
because
recording.
we couldn't release 5 minutes of us laughing, but there was probably 5
Yes.
minutes.
I left a long time.
Yeah, for real.
Paul's like, "You really?" And anytime a DM says,
Yeah.
"Are you sure?" and you
then
say
you said-
yes, it usually
And then
is
I'm pretty sure
terrible.
Paul said, and Kjord throws him out the window,
He's
and he
like-
just busts out laughing.
It was like, Brack'll get the body. He goes, I get the body. I'm visibly
I'm visibly
shook.
shook.
I'm sure
Visibly shook.
That was a fantastic moment.
There's so many things
that was
whenever
a
I say
sweet
something
moment.
like that, and Paul's like, "Do you really?" And I'm like, "No, of course not."
No, Alan's like,
So
no, I
many
don't do
times.
that.
I don't do
That
that.
doesn't
I'm
One
not
day
doing
that's going to bite me, and Paul's just going to be like, "You did it."
Yeah, one day I'm going to make a smash
Yeah.
cut of all the times Alan said, no, that doesn't happen. Or no, I didn't do that. Or no, I don't.
Pardon me.
That was one of
Yeah.
my favorite moments,
Yeah.
hands down. In the epilogue, the background of the tieflings and the idea that death for a tiefling is going
Yeah.
into the void. That puts so much gravity on Saul and Misk and what they've done by coming to Monumi. I love that dynamic. I love the Saul Misk dynamic, period. Somebody in the Discord chat just a minute ago was like, Saul and Misk
Yeah,
spinoff?
Buddy Cop story
And
with
it's
Saul
like,
and
Oh
Misk.
gosh.
Oh, That would be hilarious. We would have so much fun
That
with
would
that.
be awesome.
Kind of terrifying.
It would be terrifying.
That would be a blast. But I've really enjoyed. Me and Felicia haven't got to play a lot together, and our interactions and the Saul and Misk moments, those are definitely my favorite. I love all the characters in this season, though. This is, I hated Lorik with a passion.
I love
You played him.
Me too. I
and
hated him too.
I love Saul with a passion.
And Saul is so much worse
I
than
hate him
Lorik.
too.
Saul is so much worse than Lorik.
That's
if
why he's my
Jeremy
favorite.
plays him, I hate him.
Come on.
I'm going
That's
to play a
usually how it
lawful
goes.
good paladin, a lawful good that is just like straight laced, soldier up. I'm going to play a Sir Vance in the
You
future.
need to
I
play a
still hate him.
character
Exactly.
that's a spin-off of Jeffrey in real life. And then Jeffrey would literally hate
That would be
you,
one
but hate
crazy
you.
Yeah,
character.
no, that we could
That
not.
would be a crazy character.
This podcast could
Oh.
not contain that.
Jeremy's like,
Felicia,
uh-uh.
why don't you give me some of just give me your favorite moments from the season?
When Gretchen showed up,
Oh boy.
I know Paul was sitting here and Mason was on the other side, and we literally screamed. Are you serious? What? It was a crazy moment. And I love that so much. Just because, like I said before, I was such a big fan of season 1 and everything that went on.
Hmm.
And then getting to be in the season, and then something from season 1 actually interacting with my character was just like a dream come true. So I flipped out.
Regarding the fact, and Alan, I'm assuming that you didn't even know that Gretchen made an appearance.
Yeah, I didn't.
This is not I'm not burning you.
We're not burning you.
No,
He
burn
didn't
him.
Alan
No.
doesn't really listen,
Give
which
it
is
to
fine.
him.
He said it in our last Q&A because he records it with us. He just doesn't listen. Some people hate to listen to their own voice, Jeffrey.
Same.
And,
Same.
it's garbage, but no, I'm just kidding. That
Yeah,
that
my
is what it
voice
is.
is
I'm pretty
garbage.
sure. No. I'm pretty sure a
Mine
lot of
too.
podcasters don't listen to their own
I listen to
episodes.
every episode that airs.
I do too, but it's because I listen to it multiple times.
Me
and
too.
Even if I'm trying to catch things I miss in the edits, and I'm, just critiquing myself terribly.
Yeah, and I do
Anyhow.
plan to listen back to it, maybe in
Terrible.
10
Yeah.
years, and be like, "Wow,
Wow, this
Yeah.
was way back when, Sonny.
Yeah.
That happened?
Well, you remember Gretchen from season 1, Alan?
I think you told me some about what happened." Yeah, she's the one
Yeah.
that Jim bought the robe of eyes from and gave the little
Yeah.
booger thing to.
So in the first episode of season 2, where I'm describing the booths and stuff on Circle Street, I described one that was draped in all these veils, and it just had a sign above it that said secrets. That's the one that they go into toward the end of the second season.
Oh my word.
And she's in there. She's running this little
I didn't know
curio
that.
shop, it's, and
Yeah.
I thought that character I made up on a whim when we were recording that stupid shopping episode in season 1.
That was a
It turned out to
great
be great.
episode.
was a
That's
good
just the way
episode.
D&D is. Sometimes that crazy improv stuff is some of the best things that you get. But anyhow, I just really enjoyed that character, and especially after what Jim did, the deal he made with her, I had to bring her back into it.
I
So
loved it.
that was really cool. There's some cool little things that happen in that episode where she does a trade with Misk to examine her cloak, the cloak that was Dim Vargas, and the vial of stuff reacts to her.
It was really hard to play someone that did not know this person, but I really did know who this was. And I kept telling Paul, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do because she's awful. And I don't know. I was like, I don't know what Misk would do. And I
Right.
had to really put that aside
yeah.
of what I knew.
Yeah.
So that was difficult.
Any other?
Dim Varga is amazing, and don't you dare.
I love Dim
Talking about
Varga.
Gretchen.
Dim Vargas poop.
I love
Love
Dim
Dim
Varga.
Varga.
What about
She
the
was
moment
poop.
when I looked
That
at
is a
Saul and I'm like, I
deep
don't want to
character.
be like Dim Varga.
Yeah,
Saul
And
has
he's
no
like,
clue.
What? Who?
yeah.
What? Peasant? I don't know.
Any other call outs, favorite moments?
I love the moment when the group splits. I know it was a sad moment, but I think
Yeah.
it's because it was so emotional.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
That
was
was powerful.
I really
And
enjoyed
I
it.
love all the episodes.
Kjorg didn't lose.
He didn't
Jeez.
lose.
Oh, he
Technically.
lost.
I loved
He
all the
lost hard.
episodes with the guys without me being in it, but
Mm-hmm.
getting to listen back and Paul put these little spots of me and like me at the other side of town. That was so cool. Like the way that came together just made my day.
Yeah, we recorded.
It was awesome.
We'll get into that. There's a question about that. We'll get into it here in a little bit, kind of how that all worked.
But that's my favorite moments.
Yeah. Jeffrey.
My favorite moments. Number one is a tough one to choose because there's two.
Well, you don't have to rank
favorite
them.
Moments. Okay, so simultaneously, my favorite moment is when I dropped that guy out the window after
of
Jeremy
course,
killed
yes.
him. That
It
was
was
just
amazing.
the best.
Yes.
And in what was it, episode 1 or 2, when Saul comes out of the portal, and we have that
that's episode
fight,
1.
Oh my
episode
gosh.
and I
So
knock him
bad.
unconscious by drop kicking him in the
Groin.
nether
Kick to the
region.
groin.
The nether region.
Yes. That was one of my favorite D&D moments ever because I got to knock Jeremy out by kicking him in the...
Was it a natural 20?
It was.
It was, I'm pretty sure.
It was a natural
20 to...
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm not sure. That was an amazing moment.
Also, I'd just like to point out, I defeated the main bad guy.
That was an awesome moment, that Nat 20.
Yeah, when I listened to that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no.
It was like the perfect
Yeah.
moment.
It really... I mean, that was the ultimate D&D moment, though. Final boss battle. Hit
People
or die.
are dying left and right.
Dude
Yeah,
pulls
they
out a
went-
nat
And then
20.
went
boom.
down and it
I hope
just-
that we established with the finale to season 1 that we are not afraid to let our characters die. I mean, we
Yeah,
will.
no.
I'm not gonna
You're
lie,
welcome.
let it
cry if
happen.
Misk died.
We will. If it comes down to it, we will let it happen. I don't really want our characters to die in a lame way, you know. There was an episode, one of the most recent episodes we recorded for season 3, where I genuinely thought someone could die, and it would be so dumb. It would be
Oh, yeah.
so dumb, but it didn't happen. But anyhow, you
And then
know.
we're all just like, really, Paul? Really?
But at the like
You
Saul,
hate us.
You're in season 3?
Saul was
Paul is.
dead. Saul was
what?
dead. Okay, at the end of season 2.
Oh, yeah.
The finale.
Him allowing me to see it was just Paul being kind because Saul was down.
Saul was down. Yeah, Saul was down. Everything that went on and the fact that he's a tiefling, but it was really more story that I gave him that option in the epilogue, the option of a second chance at life. But knowing Saul's character, he was fully. Like, he had the full capability, the full option of looking Paylor in the eyes and saying, nah, no thanks. I would rather go into the void than bow the knee to some god, you know.
Oh, yeah. I remember when we
Mhm.
were recording it, and I don't know how it's cut, but there was one point where we were explaining it, I guess, mechanically,
Right.
that this is it. This is absolute death. And I was talking to Paul about it, and I was like, well, I mean, there is a part of Saul who is just like, this is what I'm going to take.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that wasn't Saul's essence. His whole point of leaving the underworld or leaving the 9 hells was, I want to live. I want to experience life that's different than what I've
Right.
experienced
Yeah.
for millennia.
I think it was true to Saul's character. Let's see. Alan,
Me?
favorite moments from season 2?
Oh boy. So my first favorite moment is whenever Brackle's first introduced, and it really helped me establish his character well. That you gave me an opportunity to just stab those guys, just take them
That was
down.
great.
No,
kill,
no questions
like,
asked.
20 people in the middle of the street.
It was like
just
So
six.
violent.
That was
standing
awesome.
in puddles of their blood.
I mean,
But yeah,
they were ne'er do wells, and
Yeah.
Brackle does not abide ne'er do wells.
yeah.
He's Batman
So
without the rules.
that's another
Yeah.
second. That's another favorite. Is every time I got to make a "Where's the detonator?" joke.
Oh
I don't
my
know. Did you
gosh.
edit those out, or were they left in there?
There were some that were left in there.
90% of them were left in there,
Okay.
unfortunately.
They were there
It
I'm
was
going to
God
enjoy
help
that
us
whenever I
all.
listen back.
in 10 years.
So that's another one. Another one was Kjorg screaming, "I'm the people's champion" with the pots and pans.
Yeah,
And then we
beating the
pushed
pot over his head.
all the halflings off the ledge. That was great.
That
Oh yeah,
that
I
was
rolled awesome.
sweet.
Yeah,
And then the rest of my rolls were
Garbage.
Just like
but that was cool. You still killed like 8
I was
of
like,
them.
"Hey guys, look what I can do!" And then I'm like over here dying.
just like
That's
a
just how I
lemming.
roll.
Oh, and I forgot about the
yeah.
bush
Oh
wizard,
boy,
Are you the bush?
bush sorcerer, bush
There you go.
enchanter.
hope and kill.
Oh yeah,
There were a lot of big moments in this season.
much.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Alan. Go ahead. Sorry.
Two more real quick.
Yeah, go
The
for
other
it.
one was whenever we were just kind of awkwardly sneaking around Braxton Tarek's manor, not really sure what to do. And we were,
Yeah.
the whole guy out the window thing,
Yeah.
just the awkwardness of that. Like he was just like, okay, what are you doing?
Yes.
And then at the very end, whenever Brackle learned the truth about the chained one, and
Yes.
and just how that shook him, like I was
Yeah.
reacting to that in real time. I did not know all
Oh,
this
yeah.
backstory, and so
Yeah.
just having Brackle be like, "Well, if the actual creator is evil, then shouldn't everybody be evil? Shouldn't we follow his?
Yeah.
Having to deal with that."
I remember when we recorded that episode because we had recorded the finale, the big fight, all that stuff. Like I said, it was like a 3.5, 4-hour session basically to get all that recorded. And it was late. We all had to work the next day, and we just had to stop. And then we came back later after having some time to sort of think and recorded the
Process.
epilogue, which then just dumped all of this knowledge on us and revealed the truth of the world. And I could get into some stuff there, and I'll try to hold back. But I remember just the live
Hold
reactions from everybody, like, whoa, like seriously, this, like everything they know is wrong. And I loved that Brackle, which I mean, it makes sense because Saul's obviously from the Hells. He's just worried about whether or not he's about to go into the void, mostly at that moment, in the moment. But also, like, what about the Tieflings? Do they not have a god? Like, why are we left out of the picture? And then Kjorg even has some doubts, like, well, what about the orcs? What about the half-orcs? Of course, he gets an answer. And he even becomes Pelor's champion, right?
Ooh, he is the people's champion.
And Pelor's champion. So there's that whole thing. That's really cool. But then there's Brackle, who's like everything he's ever known from birth and never believed, having grown up in and around Branshire, the patron city of Pelor. What, the gods are not really the gods? Like they are, but they weren't first, and their creator was some evil thing. And I can understand. I mean, just real life, how a revelation like that could be, that everything you've ever believed is not only, it's not necessarily a lie, but it's just not the way you always thought it was. And I loved Brackle's reaction to that. I thought it was a
great.
very powerful and key moment for Brackle as a character. Also, Brackle, what's your shadow?
No.
Oh.
Also, the whole Dark Link thing with them fighting, like
Oh, that was awesome.
that
was
was
cool.
like sitting down in my bed over 3 years ago, writing down stuff, just thoughts and plans and ideas. That was one of the first things I ever wrote down. Was like, I want to do a Dark Link battle in D&D.
I want to rip off.
Yeah,
Dark
exactly.
Link.
Yes. Nintendo makes money.
Okay. I love Zelda. Zelda's my bread and butter. Breath of the Wild for life. Ocarina of Time for Zelda for life. Zelda for life. But
I
I
prefer
love
Dill, but
that whole concept, and I really enjoyed doing that in the finale. So let's see. We were
Let's cue
let's
some
go
A.
ahead. We're already like 40 minutes into this.
And
We probably won't cut it off.
one
farther than an
question.
hour.
oh
We've done
my
one
goodness.
question in 40 minutes.
Yes. Well, yes, but that was really just my question, so we could just start open discussion about our thoughts. Now we're going to direct our thoughts with questions from listeners.
This is a live Q&A where we live Q&A with each other.
Lovely.
I quit.
Another one. So this is a question from friend of the show, our self-proclaimed greatest fan, Braden Rojas.
Ooh.
Braden.
Yo, yo, yo.
Braden.
Yo.
I love
Patreon,
you.
Braden.
I love that you blow up the
Discord.
Yeah.
Discord. It's just like, wow, and I'm like, this is great.
I have
Yeah.
a question. Can we call him Brohas?
I don't know.
He's
You have to
our
ask him.
favorite Brohas.
You have to ask him. He's not tuning in live. He told us on Discord he had to work
I
tonight.
forgot. He's not.
Sorry, Braden, but you can check it out later on the YouTubes.
Yeah, man.
He asked
Ask
this
that
question.
question.
What are your favorite parts about Monumi? And I know we sort of talked a little bit about this in the Discord, but let's do it now. What are your favorite parts about Monumi? Jeffrey, go.
Sir Vance off the
Just
wall.
Sir Vance. He just him.
He's dead.
Like,
He's
I
dead.
love the lizard bats. That's like, and especially the ninja
Yeah.
lizard bats. Those were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I can't really get into some of it. So,
Oh, spoilers.
Okay.
Spoiler.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
You're in
but-
season
Okay.
3.
Not necessarily.
Nobody's
I don't
in
know.
season 3.
But
We ain't
Apparently,
even
I'm the
started
only
it.
one who
Lizard
may
bats
not be.
are really, really cool because they started off early on and they kind of ran through the whole season 1,
Yeah.
which that doesn't really have anything to do with season
No,
2.
but that is a thing in Monumi.
of Monumi. I love the
So I'll
lizard
give
bats.
all of you guys just some lore there. Freebie, here it is. It's probably come up
Oh,
again in
snap.
Monumi Unwrapped, but the lizard bats are their creations of the Dracon Kelly.
What?
Like they're specifically created by the Dracon
Ooh,
Kelly.
ooh, which is my favorite part
Ooh.
of Monumi.
Ooh.
That's one of my
The
favorite
Dracon
parts too. I
Kelly.
love
Nice.
the Dracon Kelly. I
Paul
Go
and I, we had some. We went to Gen
Mhm.
Con together last year, and we got to run a game, which we featured a
did.
Dracon Kelly that you are not going to hear about right now, but it was awesome, and the people who got to play it loved it. Maybe some of y'all are listening right now. I love the Dracon Kelly. That is the coolest part of Monumi, hands down. Anything that has to do with any of them, like any character comes up, and I'm like, is that a Dracon Kelly, Paul?
Hey, yo, Paul.
there have been others in the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, there
Oh,
has.
snap.
Yep. I have loved the lore of the Dracon Kelly, figuring out who they are, motivations. I want to know, Hope and Kel talked about some that are some of them dead, or some of them
Mhm.
mad, or some of them. you
Yeah,
know,
they're not all living.
How many
I will
are
tell you that.
there?
I'll tell you. They're not all living.
Yeah, I like those guys too.
By far the Dracon Kelly. And then there's so many secrets about Monumi that hasn't come to
Mhm.
light yet, because Paul has been playing individual games in this world at different places.
Yeah, I have done that.
And I don't know if he'll ever use it, but there's a character called
Ooh.
the Shade that I'm more than beyond excited to see if
Is
it
he
ever
kin to
makes
the
its way into
Shiv?
the
Is that a
podcast.
spoiler?
So, what you're referring to, the Shade,
The Shade. Dun, dun, dun.
yeah,
Never
that's
heard of her.
that's one of the many aliases that this character has used
Ooh.
over the.
Oh,
time.
my gosh.
And he may or may not
Ooh.
have already made an appearance in this podcast.
What?
Oh.
Do I even know you?
Get hype. Anyway, so
Oh yeah,
I don't even know this guy.
Alan,
we need to talk.
I'm the
Alan.
shade?
yes,
Yeah, you are.
the whole time. Every character Alan plays at the end, we just announced that they were actually all the Shade
That's
the whole
true.
time. What are
Yes.
some of your favorite parts about Monumi, the world in general?
So, my first favorite thing is the name, because it sounds like umami, which is meat flavor.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yes. The other one,
Felicia's face.
Listen, half the stuff y'all say, I have no idea. I'm just like, yeah, I know that. And I like,
Real quick,
Paul, what is that?
in the epilogue, I edited this out, but there's a moment where Pelor says that they called the world Monumi, which in the language of the gods means freedom. I said they called the world Monumi, and Alan says that's a dumb name.
Did I? I don't
And
remember
then
that.
everyone's just like, oh, and he's like, I'm just kidding, and I'm just like, Alan, hang up.
I don't remember
Alan,
that.
hang up.
That really happened. You were a little loopy at certain points when we recorded that. You're just crazy. Anyway, go ahead.
But no, like one thing I love is lore. So like I like to read I read a lot of fantasy books. I read a lot of D&D like source books and watch TV, play video games, all of that. And I love something that's got lore that's not like just told outright. So the Dark Souls games, right? Those games
Mhm.
don't have much of a like story where you just play from start to finish and you get fed this story. It's through like the background and the item descriptions and through conversations. You have to piece it together yourself. So I've never actually finished a Dark Souls game, but I know a lot about the lore because I watch YouTube channels that kind of piece it together and all that stuff. So with something like the Forgotten Realms or Eberron or one of those, I love the lore in it, but it's kind of just kind of out there. You know, you pick up a book and you read it, and it's almost like reading a catalog. So one thing I like about Monumi is that the lore is still hidden, and it's being revealed in a way similar to how it is in Dark Souls. Like what you mentioned earlier, like the Secrets Tent or whatever it was called. Stuff like that that's hidden in the background that I didn't even notice. And, you know, I mean, you even have the potential to make stuff up on the fly, but, you know, not in a sloppy way, just a, oh, this is going to fit well kind of way. So that's something really unique to D&D, but especially like when you're homebrewing a world and there's so, like Dracon Kelly and the Chained God and other little things like the Tieflings and their whole deal, like what's their whole lot in life? Just having all this different lore that is not completely defined in some source book you can just go out there and read, but it still leaves a lot to piece together over time.
Yeah, so that's an interesting. Well, first of all, I'm glad to hear you say that because I've had some, I don't want to say anxiety, I guess worry at times over am I holding back too much? You know, we've had a lot of requests for a world building episode. I'll just be frank. The number one reason I didn't want to do a world building episode was because the whole thing with the Chained God and the Crooked God, the Crooked Father. That was the big reveal. That's kind of like the biggest part of the lore for me is that there's this figure that no one in existence knows about or has known about for a long time, and now that is changing. And as to why, you know, more of that will probably come out as we go on in these seasons. But now that is out there, and we've started with Patreon, we have at the Make Believe Adventure tiering up, you get access to a thing called Monumi Unwrapped, which is where I'll be breaking down specific parts, things like some of the Dracon Kelly, things like I just did a big history of Branshire, things that I have written and things that I have detailed. But to me, I'm like you, like I would rather, you know, I didn't go read the history of Middle-earth and then go read the Lord of the Rings. I read the Lord of the Rings and I experienced the world and learned the history through the story. And then there would be times where, you know, they're sitting around a campfire and Aragorn sings for them the lay of Beren and Luthien and all of that. And you're learning about all this lore just, you know, as it comes along. And to me,
you make my heart swell.
That's the better way for me as well. And
you're a corner.
I will legitimately murder you.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Alan.
Kills.
So, Felicia?
I totally agree with what Alan said. I was actually going to say that. I'm not taking it from Alan.
Plagiarism.
Alan, sorry.
JK.
I pretty much like not knowing everything until it's necessary for my character or for me to know, because sometimes I talk a lot and I end up saying stuff, and then I look at you and you give me this look like you don't need to say it. Don't say that. But it's better for me not to know just because I do talk so much. So
there's been more than one occurrence where Jeremy has written me into a corner with junk that he says. Which
you're welcome.
A lot of times that is predicated on conversations that we've had. Things that I've mentioned to him in private about, you know, like when he was Lorik, I mentioned things about Vent Haven, and that was cool that he would use that. But then sometimes he'd say things, and I'd be like, "Don't say that. Why are you saying that?"
And with me, I don't really just come up with ideas for like I'm going to throw this at Jeremy because he's my brother. You know, Saul's my Misk brother. But I just wait for Jeremy to throw them at me, which then I'm like, oh no. And then I look at Paul. A lot. He's like, roll with it. I'm like, and then that's things that came out in season 2. Yeah. But seriously, for me, I don't know a lot of D&D history. I didn't even know who the Dracon Kelly were until I asked Paul. And then I know I'm really awful, but I just don't know the lore as much as y'all do.
You're not awful.
No.
I've just played and whatever.
Yeah. My favorite parts about Monumi are all of it because I made it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too.
My favorite parts,
And you're fired.
my favorite parts about Monumi are I love the Draco and Kelly. I love everything with the Crooked God and the gods themselves. And like Alan said, I like the idea of being able to build certain things as we go.
Not being really held to
Yeah,
it.
I don't want to drone on. Basically, one of my methods as I set out to world building was like I looked at the D&D races and their sub races, and I was like, why are these here? Because in Forgotten Realms or D&D proper, they all have their origin. Like, why are there Lightfoot halflings and stout halflings? Why are there rock gnomes and forest gnomes, wood elves and high elves and all of that? And I thought, I want to use these races because I love all of them, but I want to have my own reason, And that's when I made the 4 gods, and I was like, okay, I'm only going to have 4 gods. That's going to be my pantheon, and I started mapping that out and what each one was, the god of, or their domain or what have you. And then I started looking at each of the races. The elves were created by Provalian, the goddess of magic, and because the elves are innately magical, and that's a part of their creation. But the wood elves were seduced, I'm doing the quotey fingers, by Atonia to leave Provalian and to embrace her brand of magic, if you will, which isn't so much magic as it is nature, I guess. And that created a rift between them. I talked about the humans being made by Pelor, the dwarves being made by Dervetter, and then Atonia making the halflings, which are basically a spinoff of humans, and the gnomes, which are a spinoff of the dwarves, because of her relationship with those 2 gods. That she's kind of like the odd one out, And so there's all these things that I know and that are in my head that I put a lot of thought into when I was creating the gods and creating the races, and that stuff I still love thinking about, and I still love doing that with the new races. Because one thing I did not do is develop lore for tieflings when I started, and then Jeremy's like, okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna play a game. We're gonna play tiefling.
Of course.
And so I'm like, okay, so what about the tieflings? And then I had this idea, the tieflings, what if all the tieflings, except for the ones who were born here, birthed from another tiefling, are actually devils that left the hells to come to the mortal plane. And when they die, they have no afterlife because they had their afterlife before life.
So it's...
I remember when you explained that to me, and I was just like,
life.
Okay, say it all again.
Exactly. So
one more time, please.
Recently, someone was asking me about like Warforged and stuff, and I was like, and I've already got, I love thinking about what to do with those, those races. We had one of our patrons created an NPC. He's at the MB royalty tier and created an NPC for us, and it was an odd race. And I was like, what do I do with this? I love that challenge. I'm going to stop talking now and give you guys more of a chance to talk. So this question comes from Andrew, and he asked, you mentioned in the last Q&A there would be a rotating cast. Who's going to be swapping out for season 3?
We don't know.
Bye, guys.
Okay, I will tell you this.
None of us.
I'll tell you this. At the end of the epilogue, you're given an outline for seasons 3, 4, and 5.
You are.
One of them was taking place in the fall, one of them was taking place in the winter, and one of them was taking place in the spring consecutively, because there's a limited time frame in which they are to find the Unchained, which, by the way, the Unchained is the name of the organization that's trying to unchain the Crooked Father, right? What was chained will be unleashed.
Don't say that.
Also really like that. Okay. No more of that.
I'm sorry, what happened? I missed it.
No more of that. So season 3, Saul is going on his mission to Fallen Grove. There you go. As to who will be playing, I'm not going to say. I did say, I said this earlier though, just don't, like some of these guys have been talking about, the Omen, don't believe anything they say. Everyone here is trying.
Don't believe anything.
Everyone in this room is trying to misdirect you, and I love it.
We're not even doing a season 3,
Jeremy.
But out of the kindness of my heart, I will warn you to not believe anything. You just stay tuned. I'm sorry not to give you a direct answer, but stay tuned. I think hopefully you're gonna dig it. Let's move on to another question, shall we? Another one from Braden. This is specifically for Saul. Jeremy, what is it that Saul really came to Monumi for? Is it because he wants more friends? I think he wants something more. Care to elaborate?
Ooh.
Ponies.
I'm going to stare long long time into the camera, just longingly at you.
What?
The answer to that question is none yet.
Oh,
savage.
got him.
Goodness.
Got
Uh,
him.
Saul is definitely primarily motivated because he wanted to get out of the
Yeah.
Nine Hells. He had literally been in such a position of power that he had experienced in his mind everything the Nine Hells had to offer. So he left.
Gone.
Misk being in the natural plane was probably a push factor or pull factor for it, just because he wouldn't, quote unquote, be alone if he found her there. And anything aside from that is between me and Paul, and you're not going to find out until we get there or we don't.
Boom.
Because Saul could already be dead,
The more you know.
Is the more
and
you
knowing
know.
is half the battle.
G.I.
But pretty much
Joe.
he left because of Misk. So we know Saul loves Misk.
Oh,
That's what
you
it is.
wish. You wish.
Best
Misk is my favorite
friend.
character.
We had another quick question from the Swamp on Twitter. They ask this:
Swamp.
can we get a season that goes from 1 to 20? That's an odd question. The answer is I have no idea.
That's a long
1
season.
to 20.
No, like I
What?
think that the question is, can we get a season that goes like 20 episodes?
I thought
No.
it meant like
Oh,
No. Season that goes from level 1
that's what
to
I
level
thought.
Yeah.
Like super quick.
That makes a lot more
Can
sense.
we get like
Wow.
1 to 20? Like boom.
Wow.
So
That would be a long
wasn't
season.
that season 2?
A level an episode.
Unless we did like that, a level episode. That's an interesting idea.
I think that, I mean, I know what level we're on for season 3. I feel that by the time the story of Monumi's wrapped up, you should see some characters at level
Probably.
20.
Safe bet.
Ooh.
But
Man, I've never
it's
played
not a
level
Me
guarantee.
neither.
20.
I ran a one shot for level 10 characters at Gen Con, the one that Jeremy was talking about earlier. That's an
That's crazy.
experience. Level 10 characters are nuts.
I don't think I've seen over like
They are
6 or
so powerful.
What level was Garth?
We were like level.
In 4th
like,
edition,
I think we got to like level 15, but 4th edition went up to level 30.
Yeah, it's scaled differently.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
4th edition, we made it level 15. I think we were at 16 when we
Maybe,
finished
I
our
felt
4th
like
edition
I
game.
had so much stuff to remember then, but anyway.
Yeah, it
that's
was like
beside the
6 pages.
Yeah, that's
of
because
character
4E
sheet.
was so crunchy. But
It was a lot.
anyhow, since we're talking about levels, we had another question. I'm trying to find it so I can say who the question was from. Here it is. It's just from Wick This. That's a username.
Nice.
this.
I like it.
I know this. I
What
know
up,
his
Wick?
name. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Anyway, he's on our Discord. Wick This. What level is Saul Brackle and the gang?
Me and Jeffrey are the gang.
Saul Brackle
The
and the gang.
gang.
I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
The gang.
So the answer to this question is, I think you guys ended at level 5, level 4.
I believe that's correct.
Yep.
I mean,
I
I've
think
got
you guys were
D&D
level 5.
Beyond right here.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
sure.
level 5 is where I think we ended the season. But I will tell you this: season 1, we started at level 1. Season 2, we also started at level 1. We won't be doing that anymore. From now on, we'll be starting at higher levels, like
Oh.
season.
Oh my.
Unless everyone dies.
But the plan is to start people at higher levels going forward. You probably won't see any characters under level 5 in MBH proper.
Yeah, it
From
was
this point
level
forward.
4 where we ended.
Okay.
Okay.
Unless I forgot to level up.
You probably did.
But both of
I always
my...
do.
I ended up having 2 Brackle characters for some reason. They're both at level 4.
I just kicked my whole desk.
It went everywhere.
Kick it.
Are you good?
Earthquake.
Yeah. So
Next.
what inspired you guys to make your previous characters? Let's see. This is from Wilshire. The question, what inspired you to make your previous characters? So
What's up, Will?
let's start with Alan on this one. Alan,
Sure.
what inspired you to make Brackle and Jim?
Sure. I feel like I've talked about this before, but I will... so I can't remember, though. So basically, anytime I create a character in D&D, I try to take an aspect of my own personality and crank it to 11. So for Jim, that was curiosity and a love of learning and knowledge. And I mean, you could see how I'm not like Jim in the sense that I'm not like trying to wrestle lizard bats into a ship so that I can study them in the middle of danger.
Right.
Because one, lizard bats aren't real, and two, in the middle of danger, I try to hide or take action. But I do love to learn. Like, I read math books for fun sometimes and watch science and math shows on YouTube. So that's
wow,
kind of
nerd.
I know, right?
Just kidding.
And
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
so I have a notebook sitting beside my couch, and literally last night, I worked out a equation with points and vectors for how to determine whether two lines intersect, because I was reading a computer graphics book that had me do that. So that's Jim. The other one for Brackle, so that's sort of my serious side. So like y'all have heard me on here, and you know I'm very goofy and lighthearted, but there are times whenever I just get like, pedal to the metal. Where's the detonator? There's times whenever I just really buckle down and get things done. Like, and again, not to Brackle's degree where I focus on nothing else and I'm a joyless person. I mean, Brackle's not completely joyless, but So for Brackle, I was just like, I want to take that serious side of me whenever, the chips are down, the rubber meets the road, all these other metaphors and analogies and idioms, and just crank that up and distill it and remove all else and see how that plays out.
Oh, you're doing the thing right now.
Exactly.
This is it.
And that's all of my characters so far.
So far. Jeremy.
Hey, Saul really was one of the first characters I ever made. Whenever I was a dungeon master before I was a player, which is awesome. I still to this day would rather DM than be a player. But Saul was, I want to be a rogue and I want to be a tiefling, and you get Saul. It is the worst things of my character. I don't know. I like Saul's ability to put himself in a dangerous situation quickly. I just felt like he would be an interesting dynamic to any party. And I had a character that was Cerastus, a Quasit, that was a devil, who was, this little maniacal evil creature that was sitting in fires and, wanting to eat the dead, and he was a demon. And I was like, okay, so what does that look like as a player character? And it's kind of Saul. Saul, the only difference is Saul is on a path to where he wants to be less of that. So I don't know. That's where Saul came from. Lorik was, I want to play the character that I would never be, and that was Lorik, who is the shaky, stuttery. Oh, it hurts my soul to think about having to play anything like that. But I had fun with him. Lorik was
one of my favorites.
Aw, thanks, Flea. I enjoyed him. He came out of the idea of the nervous wizard. I was always a striker when it came to games. That's why I went rogue. I normally would take the assassinate trait. Didn't do it this time. But I went the opposite. So let's play the cowardly, nervous, and wizard. It was really cool. I really enjoyed playing a wizard. I definitely will play a caster again.
Jeffrey.
I don't even know. Just made him. And I think Paul's like, yeah, I need you to be this or this with Servants.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll be that. So I was a paladin.
But what was your inspiration for Vance? Nothing.
I don't know. I just came up with it.
You just kind of did it.
A sticker on the back of a computer.
Yeah, that was it. Vans off the wall.
I mean, the name came from the Vans off the wall.
Obviously. I still love that.
Great.
It's
I love
great.
it. What about Kjorg?
And all the soldiers' names that were shoes too.
All of the soldiers in Vance's backstory episode are a play off of a different type of shoe.
What? I didn't know that.
Yep. Heelys in Lorik's backstory is literally Heelys. Like the stupid,
Yes.
stupid shoes.
Heelys with the
That would drop the
rollerblades.
roller skates out the bottom of.
The worst.
So yeah, I really don't think there was much inspiration for Sir Vance. I don't know. I just kind of came
What
up
about
with it.
Kjorg though? Surely Kjorg.
Kjorg?
Yeah.
I don't get to yell and act crazy a lot, so I wanted to do that,
There you go.
and I thought
You thought I'll
know,
hold this pan over my
half-orc-
head and smack it with a hammer.
Yeah, half orc
You're the
fighter
worst.
is perfect for
I agree.
that.
Love it.
Acting
What about
crazy.
Misk?
Paul said, "Hey, you're gonna be Jeremy's character's sister, and you're a tiefling." So I was like, "Okay,
Surprise.
awesome." He said, "Come up with a name and kind of, figure out your character." And since I was, new to the cast, I didn't want to do a character that, like a voice or something that would be really hard for me to play my first time.
Mm-hmm.
So my character is a lot like me.
Well, see, that was part of the reason for making you a sibling was it gave you an immediate connection. Like she said, she's like, this wasn't our first time playing D&D. We played
Right,
D&D together
right.
plenty of times, but that gave her a connection with one of the players that would be an automatic way for getting into the story, for getting into role play situations. And we just, we talked about it. I was like, yeah, let's do this. That'd be really cool if you're cool with that.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, Misk
Awesome.
is. Paul told me, you could be
Awesome.
like this, or he was making we were both looking at my
Yeah.
character sheet and stuff, and he was like, "Well, you need to come up with a reason why you left the Nine Hells," and I was like, I don't know," and we were just throwing stuff back at each other, and Misk came
Yeah.
to be, and I love her. Like
Misk is great.
she has turned out to be a really cool character to play.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Paul's like, your character is this type, because we already made her.
Yeah.
And he said, you need to be the speaker of the group. And I'm like, oh, I'm horrible at speaking for a group.
Like, girl, you a bard, girl.
I'm that crazy person that's in the back,
You
more
a
like Kjorg's
bard.
character. So that was a part that was a little different for me.
Yeah, I feel
having
like
to
you
take
landed
that.
somewhere in the middle
Yes.
of the speaker, but also
And the crazy
just
person.
the crazy person. So
Yes. After Misk's origin story,
Mhm.
I felt like I connected more to her.
right,
And it was a really cool transition from Misk at the beginning and then Misk after the origin story. Like, that was neat.
yes. So we have some questions from Sam, who is a friend of the show. We've been in some
What's up,
email correspondence
Sam?
lately, giving me some advice on some volume issues we've been having, trying to get that fixed, and he finally helped me out. Sam sent a few questions to us. So his first one is interesting. It says this: how did the players handle the narrative irony as their characters were in the dark about the true identity of John Varric or the location of the other characters after the party split? Was it hard to prevent your knowledge of the plot details from affecting your characters' decisions and roleplay? You made it sound easy. So to preface this, Saul, Kjorg, and Brackle had no idea. They had no idea, and by which I mean Jeremy, Jeffrey, and Alan had no idea that Misk was in Branshire when they were there. So the reason
Separate
the reason they could
recordings.
play it that way is because they did not know. We did separate recordings. Just because of scheduling and just the way it all worked out, bringing Mason in to play Miles, we would record their segment separately from the other segment. It just worked out that way. And it did help with that. Like Felicia was saying, sometimes it's hard. I think our cast does a great job of separating themselves between character knowledge and player knowledge. I think they do a really good job at that. But
Felicia at Gretchen's tent is an excellent example of that with the black
yeah,
goop.
and also Felicia the whole time. Like, Felicia had more knowledge about what was going on with the other players than they did about her.
Mhm.
And so she did have to separate that a little bit. Would you say that was tough?
It was very tough at times. The
It was very tough
Gretchen
at
was
times.
probably the hardest thing
Mm-hmm.
because I literally, Paul can remember, I screamed. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's Gretchen.
That's
like, what
awesome.
the heck?
I thought it would
Come
be
on.
really fun to reveal to Misk and Felicia that John Varric was a traitor, but not the rest. So they had no idea. Like when we were recording that and Zahn walks in and he stabs John Varric in the chest,
Yeah, we were like,
Brack
what?
was like, Zahn!
We
He
thought it
literally-
was going down.
Saul's like, I cut his ear off.
And see,
Cut his ear off.
see,
I
it was
guess.
funny because I already knew
Mhm.
that it was John Varick who was going to be the traitor. Me
Mhm.
and Paul kind of talked about it, for the story. Like, Misk needed to play that like that.
Yeah.
And if she would have come to, whatever. And Misk didn't know John Varick at all.
Yeah.
So when he come to the door and he's like, oh, my name's John, and I need to talk to Shiv, and
She had
blah, blah,
heard-
blah.
Yeah, she'd heard
I'm like,
their recording there. And
He's
knew,
not going to know who John is. Like, come on, man. Give me more than that.
Yeah.
That was literally Felicia being like, you got to tell me your name.
Felicia helps me with edits, so she had heard some of that. She knew who John Berg was. Felicia did before Misk did, so there was some separation there. He also asked. Go
Just,
ahead. You go ahead.
The DM tip right there. If you have players that are struggling with that, there's nothing wrong with letting your players react and be like, oh my gosh, I know that guy's evil. Your players know that, but their characters don't. And then you as a DM saying, all right, let's rein it
Yeah.
in, hit the rewind button. This person walks in, your characters don't know.
Yeah.
What would your character do?
I don't think we let any of those little, like what I was talking about, how I screamed and all that stuff. I don't think we put any of that in the final. Because when he said, oh, I'm John Varick, and Misk is like, oh, like it just goes straight to her. I don't think Felicia says anything,
Yeah.
But she's just like, oh, well, I'll go tell him. I'll go let him know. So,
Okay.
good times.
Sam also asks, during the finale when Jeremy tried to shoot magic missiles at a friendly NPC, I had a flashback to the end of season 1. Did any of y'all think about that too? Rest in peace, Guy. Yes,
Ooh.
Sam. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think Jeremy is a monster.
What?
So there's
You're
your
not wrong.
Hence why Servants killed Ulrich in season 1.
no. No. But yes, there's definitely.
Lord saved you all.
I'll be honest. When I was editing the finale and stuff, and after we recorded, like in the moment, I didn't even think about it. But as I'm editing the finale, and at the end, I'm thinking there are some parallels here between the finale to season 1 and season 2. Not just with Lorik and Saul, which are two very, very, very different characters. By the way, Jeremy, you can say all you want about how much you hate Lorik, but season 1, he has a perfect arc. From a narrative,
Oh
from
my
a narrative,
gosh.
from a narrative viewpoint, his
Telling you,
arc
he was
is
my favorite.
amazing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's tragic and beautiful.
At the same time.
It's freaking sad.
arms
I cried.
of a
Oh my
tiefling.
Sweet mother of God. Oh, jeez.
And this is
God.
also things that happen.
Yes. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. He had one more question. We'll throw it out here. Also, during the finale, how did Zahn enter the battle? Perhaps it'll be revealed more in the epilogue. He Paylor.
What?
That's how he did it.
What?
Whoa, whoa,
Say
whoa,
what?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Spoilers?
That's not a spoiler.
You
John's
said
Polar?
what now?
I mean, yeah, we already gave the warning. And yeah, Zahn was Paylor the whole time. It was not.
Oh, I thought you
So-
said John. I was like, John
Not
Varick?
John.
Paylor's
No,
dead?
Zahn. Okay, I regret
Zahn.
naming them similarly.
Zon
Zon
and John.
Zon
I should have went with something
Zahn,
other than
John.
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 Zahn. When
John.
Zahn showed up there at the end, he was Paylor. And like he got banished by the magic there at the beginning of that. What was that, in the episode 27 maybe? When he touched when Saul touched the rapier. It's like a
26.
trap set by all of them. Anyhow, but he came back because he is literally the god of the sun. And he has a
He's
lot
amazing,
of power.
and he's also a god.
And he did, but he didn't show up. Like all of that stuff, battle's over. Kjorg dropped Braxton Tark to 0 hit points with that natural 20.
Boom.
Had he not,
That was
had he
crazy.
not, like, dead, chain broken, season 3 looks a lot different. You know what I'm saying?
I still can't believe I got a natural 20 at that moment.
Because like I said before, my plan for the next 3
Amazing.
seasons in terms of a loose outline is you got Saul going in season 3 to Fallen Grove, trying to stop the machinations of the Unchained, to reach, to stop whatever's going to happen there, find out what it is. Same thing with Kjorg going, trying to find a champion for Dervetter in season 4, and then season 5, Brackle. But if at the end of season 3, like, the chained god, the crooked father, is released, then
Then it changes.
everything could change. Yeah, so that's a loose projected outline.
Scary.
Let's get
Very
some more
scary.
questions. A couple more. We've gone 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're going to wrap it up soon, but we got a few more questions we can.
2 hours.
Sorry,
1
my stupid
hour.
Logic Pro. It starts at an hour at 0 for some
It
reason,
makes
and I
no
always
sense.
forget. I always forget to turn it off, and I can, but I forget. So this is a question from Tom Abbott.
What's up, Tom?
Did you feel like the challenges of this season were harder than last season's? So I feel like that could go in two different ways. Does he mean like?
Yeah, I mean, like some of the encounters, some of them were.
Yeah,
tougher,
that's
I feel
like I think
yes.
that maybe that's part. But I think this question's more about like what are the challenges of this season?
But also, it could be in season 1. You know, it is we need to go here and
Yeah.
save the tree.
Yeah, that's
in
what I
season
think.
2. It's like y'all need to go there. Okay, what we do after we go there? I don't know.
Well, I kind of wanted to leave things a little more open in season 2. You know, give you guys a few more options. You know, you guys could have spent more time in Branshire. You accepted the quest that Zahn offered you. Had you not, things could have gone differently. It still would have worked toward. I mean, on the last day of the festival, Braxton Tark was going to try and do that thing to open up a portal, or not open a portal,
Oh, yeah.
but
I feel like season 2 was a little bit more complex. If you look at it that
very
way.
complex, especially if you look at the last 6-7 episodes. There are a lot of moving parts in season 2. A lot of characters. You know, you guys run into a lot of characters in season 1, like Fang,
Saloon.
Saloon,
2 words: blood contract.
Elamir, and Granuncle, and
What she said.
Elavanre. You guys met the dude with the ferryman or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of people
Mhm.
that you met.
The dwarf who took his
The
time.
dude and
Durval's
daughter.
Frostbeard.
I mean, I know it wasn't set up that way, but season 1 did a whole bunch of setup.
And the
Yeah.
guy who ran the weapon shop who gave me my modified
Yeah,
pie.
Zany.
Season 1 was the perfect season for a starting show.
And then
Great.
season 2, we had
Boom.
Jupiter.
Yeah,
And-
sweet Lord.
Jupiter.
In season 2, there were a lot of characters
I love you,
introduced that
I
are
love you.
important characters that will probably continue, like the Shiv,
The Shiv.
Palor.
Palor. Yeah, I mean Zahn,
Yeah,
Palor.
The Shiv.
Brianna. These characters that are key figures that you guys kind of interact with. Hope and Kel. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? The Hot Feet became a big part of season 2. Originally, it wasn't necessarily my plan, but it just kind of went that way. Braxton Tarek and the Unchained, Uranus, Galadir,
He was
or
cool.
as Jeffrey likes to call him, Uranus.
Uranus.
So
Just like
many,
Jupiter.
so many of those in the edit.
Yeah, go back and someone keep a tally of how many times Alan says Juniper's name wrong.
Did you keep those
But yeah.
in?
Juniper.
We're while we're talking about all
Oh,
these
yeah.
NPCs, the challenges were developing these NPCs with some depth that matter to the world for me, and trying to do them correctly. You know, make their voices semi different. I struggle with that sometimes, I think. There was a lot. There was a lot of challenges in season 2. Do I think it was more challenging? Do I think it was harder? No, I think it was different. I think I can't. Something that I have decided, and I think is wise, that we should all understand. Hopefully, the listeners do too. We can't compare the seasons to each other. Directly. They're different. They're very different. Season 1 is a journey. It's, think like Lord of the Rings. You can get from point A to point B and complete a mission. It's that sort of thing, which is what a lot of fantasy novels and D&D is. Season 2 is not about getting from point A to point B. It was about save the princess, right? The whole starting thing for season...
Kill the mayor.
Exactly. Hashtag kill the mayor. It started as hashtag save the princess and ended as hashtag kill the mayor, because you find out halfway through the season, oh, wait, there is no damsel in distress. And that was kind of my whole thing, was Mario. Like, I sat down first, I was like, let's do a campaign with this Mario whoops your princesses in another
And it did.
castle.
Yeah.
And then when you finally do get there and you find her in the right castle, she's like, I was never kidnapped. I planned this whole thing, political
Boys.
espionage,
It was awesome.
That was my plan.
I wasn't ready for that.
And then right when you think, oh, well, so this is what it's all about. Then I'm like, yeah, but what was chained will be unleashed. And then it's like, wait, what? And so
and then we poop in our
as
seats.
the whole Branshire thing is being resolved, suddenly there's this much bigger issue. You're like, what is this all about? This Braxton Tarrant, guys, it's different from what we thought. And then it's like, oh, wait, oh, snap. This is Paylor. Oh, we're in the Chamber of the Gods. What's happening? And so it's different. Each season is different. And I think that whatever I set out to do with season 2, I accomplished it? Yeah, I look. It's easy for me to look at things and critique things and break things down. But I think that I like season 2.
I had fun.
Yeah.
I like it because I got to participate.
I think as a player, it was challenging too, in the sense that like we didn't have as clear cut of a goal. Like you said, we were like, well, let's go find let's go figure out what's up with the princess, but like we can't get in there, so let's go do this instead. So I thought that was challenging, but I think also like some of the encounters were more challenging. Like the final boss battle was really tough.
Yeah, and that was intentional. I mean, the boss battle with Dimvarga was really tough as well, except one of the characters walked in and kamikazed the two of them. So that made a big difference.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And things just went down differently too. Like so,
they did.
And challenge is a good thing, I think. In some ways, it can also be a bad thing. But I think it worked out for this season to keep things fresh.
Yeah, I agree. So we're winding down. I think season 2 is really to me is almost like the bridge. And to give you that, let me just give you some reminders. Like the whole thing with the crooked god, I've been working teases in for that for a long time. I recently went back through and listened to all of season 1 again, around episode 17, I think, of season 1, when Lorik, and actually even before that, but when Lorik gets attacked by the Displacer Beast and is like dying there, and they take him to, Kellen takes him to his parents, and his dad uses some sort of a spell, and this
black
swirly comes out of this wound. They're like, what is that? I was like, I don't even know what that is, right? If you look at episode 24, where they all have the nightmares that were sent to them by Dimvarga, there is
touching the altar in like first 5 episodes or something.
Yeah, like episode 5 maybe. There are all these hints and teases throughout. Seems like there was words. I think maybe one of them was chains. In episode 5 says something about chains.
And then you actually hear chains.
Yeah, that when Lorik goes and touches the flame of Prevalian, he has a vision of the crooked god.
Yep.
And I kept asking Paul, I'm like, I want to draw a picture of chains. Like, give me something. He's like, no.
Nah. Nope.
Just chains.
No, it's just
draw what you think, and I just gave up.
But he sees all these things and like history and all these things and wars and dragons and all kinds of stuff, and then he sees like a shapeless void of tangible darkness, and he hears the sound of chains.
Lorik knew the whole time.
Yeah, Lorik did know, but he forgot. Like shortly after he wakes from having touched the flame of Prevalian in his backstory episode, he forgets all that stuff.
Wonder why.
In the finale, Dimvarga says she finally found it, the heart of the crooked father.
Ooh.
What?
She do.
I remember that part.
I was there.
Dropping hints.
I remember that part.
Love it.
Trying to build that up, and I feel like that's season 2 was meant to build up to a point where all of that is released, and now we have a clear goal, more or less, for going forward.
We're going to see Kjorg mess it up.
Yeah, we're going to see how Kjorg can mess it
Absolutely.
all up.
Paylor's champion.
Yeah, we've got some other questions here, but I think we're about out of time. I think maybe we can squeeze one more in here.
Got any rapid fires?
8 hours.
Squeezing about 6 more
Oh, I
questions.
can mention one quickly. Another one from Braden. He said, "Where did magic come from in Manumi?" That's a simple answer. As far as like arcane magic, it came from Prevalian. It was her gift to the world. She is the goddess of magic.
I thought it came from unicorns.
Yeah,
That
via
too.
unicorns.
I'll do a rapid fire question.
Pew pew pew.
What's your favorite voice that Paul does for any character? Alan.
Wow. So
Okay, Jeremy. No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
I like the orcs
Gretchen.
in who
Yes,
who are like
love the
Australian or
orcs.
New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Jeffrey, you said
Any female.
yes.
Oh,
Those are
goodness.
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious. When he says
Definitely
in
Gretchen.
a minute, I died. I was like, oh no. Well, wait.
Any female.
What about you, Jeremy?
Gretchen. That's
I
it.
love
Cracks me
I
up.
love Gretchen, and in season
Oh,
one,
the old man from season 1
yes.
I
Which one?
like the Sphinx too from season 1.
from the shopping episode.
Oh yeah.
Ovi.
And the Sphinx, yes, he's awesome.
Ovi's cool.
And I like the Kellen's grandpa. His
That's a
voice
good one.
was so elegant and great, and you knew when he was talking that was him, and that was amazing. Anyways, what about you, Paul?
I hate them all.
Uh,
I don't know. I enjoyed doing some of them. I enjoyed doing the orcs. Gretchen is
the
ridiculous.
orcs were great.
Actually, we had one question from, I think it's from Matthias Moody. He asked what was the inspiration, if any, for some of the NPCs, and if so, which one was my favorite. If I'm being totally honest, Gretchen is a little bit inspired by Garfield, the Deals Warlock from the Adventure Zone.
Oh, you meant Garfield
There
the
you
cat.
go.
I was about to
What?
say, I was like,
Let's not
That
get into
too.
all that. But also just like, I say that because that character is ridiculous, like utterly ridiculous, and also kind of creepy. And so there's that.
she
Like, I want
reminded
her to
me
do this.
of Incredibles, Edna. Moore.
Yeah.
And honey, darling,
Yeah,
honey.
maybe
Why
a
you
little
in
bit
a
of that.
cape?
She's she's like creepy cougar. That's kind of like what I was going
This
for,
was great.
and it happened
And it was great.
for better or for worse. It
when
happened.
he does those voices, I just
It
sit
was
here
awesome.
like,
Ew.
Zahn for me was a little bit inspired by, I don't know, a little bit of Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, a little bit of,
good.
I mean, he's also Pelor. So
So
I don't
he's
really know.
awesome without being, too flashy.
Juniper was
Jupiter.
Jennifer.
supposed to be this like free-spirited, like very, very excited, like
And Cure crushed her soul.
rose-colored glasses view of the world. Even though she's working for an evil organization, she's just like, "Hey, look how cool it is! I get to study these spiders." And which are my favorite NPCs. I really like Zahn a lot. Dimvarga. It's my favorite still.
I love that.
Oh, he liked being Saloon on the roof. He just
That was
did
it.
right
That was
there.
it. That's what did it for me. That's what. I mean, that was it.
I love that Misk is connected to Dimvarga because of the cape, and she has no idea. Like,
But-
that's awesome.
Also, really like Galerin. I don't know.
High
Yeah,
cleric.
they said he sounded like a bad Sean Connery. I don't really hear that, but
That's awesome. I didn't know
you
that.
said it.
It really
was you and
does.
Jeffrey
It's a
that said
bad
it.
Sean
Yeah, it was you and
Connery.
Jeffrey that said that to me.
It had
I
to be
don't
Jeffrey.
remember.
It was
Yeah,
right
we
after. It
did
was
say
right
that.
after we recorded it.
People-
We're like, I just realized who he is.
People
He's
of
like Sean Connery.
Branchard.
I'm like a really bad Sean Connery. I
Hello, Trebek.
wasn't going for that. No, not that. So yeah, we're at that 2 hour and a half mark. We
Hour
need
and a
to,
half.
Hour and a half.
and a
We've been
Goodness,
here for
logic.
4 hours.
Logic Pro.
2.5
How dare
hours.
you?
We've been here for years.
Almost
3
spray
years
popped
later.
everywhere.
We've answered 600 questions in
7,000.
2.5
We always
hours.
only answer like 6 questions and we're done.
Well, we got through like 10 or 12 questions.
No.
I think
I mean,
we
no
still had
way.
more. We got through all of Sam's questions. He had 3 questions. We got through all
If we
of
didn't
Braden's.
answer
He had
all
like
your
4.
questions, we'll do another one.
Every month for patrons. If you're a patron at the $5 tier, we're going to do a live Q&A every month, just like this. And
Just call us. We'll tell you.
Are we really?
yeah, they won't be this long. The typical ones.
This is a live Q&A podcast where we live Q&A with
I mean, we
each
can
Yes,
go
it
up
For
to
is.
2
8
hours
hours.
and 30 minutes.
Yeah, for 2 hours and 28 minutes and 17 seconds exactly.
You can tell this is unedited.
Yeah.
Are you going to edit
So
it?
I don't
No.
know. I may edit the
No.
audio
No.
a little bit.
Mm-mm.
I mean, the video is obviously never going to be edited.
You can't do
Yeah,
that.
that's impossible. Nobody's
That's
figured out
not
how to
real.
edit video.
No one ever. Yeah, it's a mystery to everyone.
Which makes
It's
movies
impossible.
incredible. How they get all that in one
How do they
take.
in one. Yeah, especially. So thanks to everyone for listening, for tuning in, for joining us in this live Q&A. If you didn't get your question answered, that's fine. I've got all these here. We'll come back to them. If you have more,
Yeah, if you didn't get your question answered, that's fine.
Two
Just
way.
send
we
us
will-
hate mail.
we'll get around to it for the next live Q&A. If you're not a patron, and you just are dying to have an answer to one of these questions,
It's time for you to
Just
step
text
up and become a
Paul.
patron.
I'll give you Paul's number. Hey, Paul, what's your number?
maybe someday we'll release some of these.
Here, wait, I'll get it.
Somebody's
No, don't do
calling me.
that.
No one tell my phone number on here, please.
It's one.
For-
Tell your old one that one guy got.
Oh yeah, that guy's a
They'll be like,
monster.
hey, Paul.
He's an actual monster.
Hey, is this Patrick? No. It's a Krusty Krab.
I think you
Okay,
got that
so-
backwards.
That's enough. That's
Wait.
enough.
No,
All right,
That's
all
enough,
right.
guys.
Yeah, that is backwards.
Let's sign off.
That-
Let's
that's
sign
enough,
off.
guys. Thanks.
Oh.
Let's sign
Thanks
off.
love you.
to all of our fans for listening in, for putting up with us
Thanks
for
for
wow,
being
an hour and a
fans.
half straight. Just
Live
nonsense.
Q&A.
And mine.
And this is where it gets
I can't crank the
insane.
volume down on the video. It's just going to be super loud in here
They're okay
forever.
guys.
with it. If they're still here, they're true fans.
We love you all. Thank you for tuning
We
in.
love you.
And we'll keep you
We love
posted
you.
for the next Q&A when it's coming. And it'll probably be through the Google Hangout, but we're going to look into maybe some other ways we can do that. I wanted to do it where you guys could just actively chat with us on here, but for some reason it just...
We're going to fix that.
We will. We are going to be working on these things. Thank you so much for your time. We love you. And like I said, no new episode, no season 3 next week. It'll be a little bit. We'll be getting you some Foursome Picnic stuff really soon for patrons. For everybody else, you'll get it in about a month. Stick with us. We love you.
We love you.
Goodbye.
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 Oh, I hit my mic.
Bye.
Bye.
With a mic slap. That's how we end.
Yeah.